What is up, guys? Kevin here with the Nincompoop Scoop. I wanted to share some of the stuff we got going on here at the Nincompoop Scoop. Wanted to show you guys some of our collection of older games and wanted to show you how serious we take gaming. One of the big things I want to do on this video, which is going to be fairly short, is let you guys have an idea of how to store video games. Now, how I do it isn't the best method. There's obviously people that take it hardcore. They get safes for it. They make sure they have all the dust covers for everything. Even when they're in a safe, they put them inside a box of some sort with some foam padding and stuff like that. Since I play a lot of my games, even the older ones, I tend to have them a lot more accessible than that. I do pack them tightly in the boxes, but I wanted to show you guys how we did that, just so you know a good way of keeping them close so you can play them, but also keeping them safe. The thing about the older games, it blows my mind. I went through last night and I did some pricing of my regular Nintendo games, just some classic NES stuff. And the reason I did that is I wanted to see how the market has been for Nintendo stuff. I've always found it interesting that, you know, last year there's a specific game that was worth $22. But when I checked it today, well, last night, just a little after midnight, when I checked it, it was worth $65. So you need to kind of keep an eye on that. I do use a website called the Video Game Pricing Chart.com. VGPC.com, I think, is the actual website. And on that website, all you do is type in the title of the game, and then it'll bring it up. Say, for example, I have Joe and Mac on regular Nintendo. Now, Joe and Mac is also on Super Nintendo, and I believe it had eventually made its way to PlayStation. I don't think it was a game that ever came to the United States, but the first two, or pardon me, the Nintendo 64. The first two were pretty popular games. The second one's worth a boatload of money. Just by itself, it's worth like $350, I think. But the first one's only worth about $10. Now, all you have to do is you go to the website, you type in the game, and then it's going to bring up the list of, it'll say Joe and Mac Nintendo, Joe and Mac Super Nintendo, Joe and Mac Nintendo 64. And then you just click on it, and it'll take it in, and it will tell you the loose pricing, which not everybody has all the boxes for their old Nintendo games. The way you stored them, the way a lot of people stored them, was in an attic or a basement. And anytime there was flooding or a heavy rainstorm or something like that, the game itself could be cleaned up, but the box was trashed, obviously. So the website gives you the ability to see just the loose price without the book and stuff. There's also the complete price, and then even with it, a price with it still in its cellophane wrapping. It's very important to take care of these games. Just last year, I think I have a total, it's 75 to 100 games. I just counted and I forgot to write it down, which kind of a stupid move. What was the point of counting them if I wasn't going to write it down? When I wrote it all down last year, all of the Nintendo games were only worth about $375, something like that. Over this last year, a lot of the games have been harder to find. A lot of people just trashing stuff, and I'll tell you, the people that trash it or throw it into boxes at a used lot sale or a garage sale or an auction just blows my mind, because they're just throwing these games away for pennies on the dollar. So just to give you a hint, like I said, last year it was under $400, I'm pretty sure. And this year, this is just regular Nintendo. I still have to go through and price all my Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube, PlayStation 2 games, etc., etc. So it has jumped over $500. As you can see, that $993. That's for only about 100 games, 75 to 100 games, and it has doubled in just this last year. Take care of your games, guys. It's not that hard to do. Here in a minute, I'll show you how I have them packed nice, tight, and still accessible, because what's the point of having the games if you're not going to play them? Also, I will be talking about in this video, we got some pretty kick-ass giveaway stuff coming up. Classic stuff, some Xbox One stuff, some books. And we don't have a partnership with Loot Crate. They don't sponsor us. None of the stuff I show you is a sponsor. We pay for everything out of our own pocket, and then we give it to you guys for free. So even though we're growing slowly, I will be doing these giveaways for people who like, share, and you know, every time you get a person to the website, I'd like you to mark it, because the people who have the most invites and the most exceptions will get more entries into the giveaways. So after I show you how I pack my games for the Nincompoop Scoop here, I'll show you some of the older systems and some of the foam padding you could buy that works really good to store that stuff. Like I said, it's very important. One of the main things is keeping it clean, not hard to do. I'll show you that here in just a second. So we'll transition over to that. Just make sure you keep everything clean and taken care of. I'll send it over to Kevin number 2 to let you guys kind of see how we keep everything straight. Experiencing technical difficulties. We will be back in one moment. Alright guys, what's up? So we're going to go ahead and show you a few things on how we actually do the packing on this. It's pretty cool. The first thing I'm going to show you is some padding that you can get online. Like I said before, nothing we get is sponsored. We pay everything out of pocket. Even our giveaways to you guys is all cost on us. So I just wanted to let you know, so nobody thinks I'm getting, you know, paid millions of dollars talking about Loot Crate. Everything I talk about, there's a reason for it, and we use it for business. So first, like I said, I want to show you this padding. It's very soft, but it has a good texture and it keeps everything from sliding around too much. And like I said, you can just get it online, not a bad price at all. So I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to show you how well it holds my handhelds. So I'm going to place my Vita in there, and it looks like there's a whole lot of room and this thing's just going to move all over the place. That's actually not the case. This foam works so well that it holds, and as you can see, it'll move this whole box. So I'm going to set it in the middle there, and then I'm just going to try and go back and forth. No pressure down, just back and forth. And that's without pressure. I mean, if I put pressure down, yeah, it's obviously going to move all over the place. But as you can see, I just barely put my hands on it. And the traction's so good on it, it keeps it from sliding around. And it has been perfect for my handhelds. I haven't had any issues. Like I said, this PSP, I take really good care of it, obviously, so that's one reason. But it's just going strong. Very strong gaming system. In my Vita, I got one of the originals, and it is working fantastic as well. And then my Zelda 3DS, as well as my SP. When these are in there, obviously I don't stack them up like this. That'd be stupid. I'd screw the screens up. This is mainly for when I travel and I can have a couple of systems in there. Once I close it, this is really good for dust and stuff, because it does have the flaps on it right here. So obviously when you put it in, it kind of helps keep the dust out. So I'm going to show you the first 4 boxes I show you are going to be what I consider the do's. A good way to pack games in and keep the dust from getting all over the place. I do have a game currently out that I'm playing, so it is loose at the moment, but once all the games are in there, it's really nice and tight. So the reason I recommend this is you have the games facing down, so the dust is going to be really hard for the dust to get in on the game card. So I face them down, and I make sure they're nice and tight so they're not sliding all over the place, because you have a chance of messing up the inside of the games if they move around too much. Like I said, these Loot Crate boxes are perfect for keeping dust out. Never had an issue with dust, and that's because it covers the front, and then as well as the flaps to hold it in tight. This one, Loot Crate boxes are the perfect size. Like I said, we don't get any money from them. This is all just me sharing with you guys. This is just a perfect fit, not going anywhere. As you can see, I'll put this in and then it all sits in there nice and tight. Game on top, I close it up, it holds it even tighter because it sits right on the top of the box. So when that's down, it keeps it from allowing the games to move around. This one's kind of iffy for me. The reason I don't mind having these games on there, because I do have the dust covers, but since it's also a little bit above the line of the box, when this is closed, it holds it down, it keeps it from sliding. So that's one of the reasons I kind of let it go. But I do not recommend that, because the games do rock back and forth. If you have a box with a tight lid that's going to push it down and hold it in there, it's not a big deal and should work fine. If that is the case, what I would do normally if I had issues with it where it was sliding, I would just remove this game out of here, take a couple of the Nintendo games out and put them in a bigger box, and then move my pricier Super Nintendo games into this box. This box is one of those you run out of games to fill some of the smaller boxes. Like I said, I have a big box with a whole lot more games, and I'll show you that here in a moment. So what I do is I put a game in sideways, and it holds everything. It's kind of like a cornerstone or the arch stone. Kind of just holds everything in place, keeps it from sliding around too much. That is a big point. Nobody realizes it. Everybody focuses on the dust, but you don't want to be throwing games around because, like I said, it doesn't take much for something to chip off the game card, stuff like that. This is my box of what the hell am I thinking, and it's something I don't recommend. It's harder for me. The bottom's perfect. It's packed all nice and tight. Even the top is nice and tight right there, but I still just don't trust it. It's harder for this box to kind of come together because this is where some of my complete games are with the box, and as you can see, the boxes are almost immaculate. So it's kind of hard. I wanted to make sure those all stayed together and had a good a way to stay in shape. So what I did was I put these on top so I could put them sideways. I did end up getting rid of some of the games. There was a younger fellow that wanted to get into games, and I wanted to pass gaming along, some of the classics along. So since he mowed my yard and took care of my dog poop, because we live on base and my dog likes to poop a lot, I had him pick up dog poop. But hey, he got some pretty kick-ass old school classic games out of it, and he's talked to me several times, and he's so appreciative of the classic stuff. So, like I said, these are the do's. And then this is a don't do it. Find some smaller boxes, pack them in tight, use all the dust covers you can, and just make sure you're taking care of it. This is also a do. As you can see, if I go on a trip, sitting on a plane, want access to this, it's all together, and it's not moving anywhere. Even if I have to put it up in the carrier bin above the seat, it's not going anywhere. It's going to be taken care of, going to be in good shape. So I'm going to pass this back over. We're going to finish up the video. I'm going to show you some giveaway stuff, and then I'm also going to do an unboxing of, we finally got a video game capture card, so here soon I can start doing some Uplays to allow you guys to kind of watch and see how terrible of a gamer I am. So keep watching. We'll pass it over to him. We'll show you that game card and also show you some of our awesome giveaway stuff. Alright guys, welcome back. I hope that made sense on how to store those. It's not hard to do. It's just all about finding the right boxes for it. It's not a big deal. I mean, if you have other ways to store it, as long as you keep the dust away and you're not slamming and clanking them around, not dropping the boxes, you're careful when you put them in the systems. These games will last. They are built to last. They're not like the PlayStation, PS2, pre-Blu-ray era where they get scratched and they're duds. So, with that being the case, you can pretty much store it however you want. I baby them. I'm very big on taking care of them because, to be honest, newer games don't pay you back. You know, once you beat them, they sit on the shelf, but everybody has access to games anymore, so these newer games just aren't worth much. This isn't a nest egg by any means. It's not going to be my retirement. I mean, I guess in 50 years when I retire, 40 years when I retire, I guess it could be, but at the moment it's something that's a hobby that if you find the right places, it's not a very expensive one. You can actually find some really good classic games for not much at all at garage sales and stuff. So, like I said, after showing you those boxes, I'm going to be showing you some giveaway stuff. I'm also going to be showing you our HD capture card, which I'm going to unbox now. Lester and I will be doing a video Friday. I think Kayla will finally be back on that episode, and we'll do our Loot Crate unboxing from the end of last month, and we're going to recap everything from Walking Dead Season 7 Part B that has happened so far. So, I got this video game capture card because I wanted to make sure that as we grow, we can show you guys more and more stuff. Doing Let's Plays, doing reviews of movies, previews, YouTube videos. I'm sure you guys have seen those picture-in-picture videos where somebody's watching. Like The Walking Dead's really big on it. They show parts of the episode and they show the main reactions of, for example, spoiler alert, the beginning of season 7 when Glenn died. You just had all these videos of people crying and breaking down and showing emotion, and that's something that I'm very emotional when I watch shows. Anytime it's a father-son bond or something like that, I really gravitate towards it, and I show a lot of emotion. Walking Dead's even kind of got me there before. I was a huge Herschel fan. Losing Herschel was pretty tough. And then Dale at the very beginning, because they were like the father, see, I'm already tearing up. No, allergies out here in California. But, seeing that, you show your emotions, and you really share with people what you get in your feelings with them. So even though we don't have a huge following right now, I think we only have like 230 on Facebook, which, I mean, is better than some people. It's not terrible. Go to Twitter, follow the Nincompoop Scoop on Twitter. I think it's actually Nincompoop Scoop on Twitter. Check out our YouTube channel, but if you just go to the nincompoopscoop.com, which we actually have a website, you can get to our blog where we do reviews and stuff for video games, movies, music. And we also have all of our videos where you can link to the YouTube channel from there. It also has bios of all of us that are part of the team. And like I said, we're growing here, and hopefully, come next year, we'll have our credentials to get into E3, because we are at this point considered a news and rumor site. I don't really know how we're classified, but since we do reviews, previews, and stuff like that, and we're going to continue to do those, I would say we're a fake news source, as Donald Trump would say. No. Alright, so AGP Tech is, it had great reviews. It's an HD 1080p game capture card. It's really cool how it works. You can use an SD card, and if you use an SD card, you don't even have to have a TV. You can just go, say if you're in computer gaming, go HDMI to USB. I think it's USB. I can't remember exactly, but you go HDMI to this, it'll save it all to the hard drive. But you can also do AVN. The cool thing is I can set it up to play regular Nintendo games on my old school vintage wood panel TV that's back here. So a lot of people, they just kind of do the new stuff, but I'll be able to show some of the older stuff once we get it all set up. We can also do, like they said, those picture-in-picture videos. You just say I have one computer over here and I'm watching YouTube videos, and then I'm using my webcam on this computer. What I would do is I would just take my HDMI from the laptop I'm watching reviews and stuff on, send it into this computer, or into this box. It goes from the box to the TV, or to my computer, and then I can record my opinions, my thoughts, and my emotions, which I think is pretty cool. So I'll show you the rest of what came with it. It was about $100 for everything. It comes with a setup disc, but Windows 10 is set up. I mean, it's ready for it. You don't even have to you don't even have to use the disc. Obviously, this is just the settings on how to work it, and it shows, for example, PS4, PS3, and also some of the older stuff. It can record from 720p, 1080p. It has CVBS, YP, BOPR, HDMI. You can also do snapshot, where it's just pictures and stuff, kind of like what the PS4 and Xbox One can do with their share buttons and stuff. It's just this way you're not limited to just that. Now I did get a nicer one that actually has a computer, or a controller. So for example, if the box is sitting on the corner and I come across something that I'm really excited about, I can just set it up. It'll record that at the time. Really cool setup. This is what I was talking about earlier. I can either go with classic gaming. I do have the Super Nintendo and regular Nintendo cord that'll allow this instead of using a coaxial. Or I can go, Xbox 360 mainly did it, some of the Blu-ray players and stuff, where I can just go HD through a component rather than HDMI. Or I can go USB to USB. That is the video game capture card. So excited to use that. I can't wait to start doing the Let's Plays and stuff. Also, I wanted to talk about some giveaways. We have a lot of cool stuff. Some of it older and classic. Some of it newer, and will be really good for kids. So I recommend if you have kids, invite people to the site. Get as many not signatures, but people signed up as possible. The more votes, or the more entries you'll get. So first I want to show a classic Nintendo game and comic book that we're going to be giving away together. I do always check the games to make sure that they work before I do any giveaways. That way, during travel, if something happens, I know that I'll have a picture and video of it working. That way, I can get insurance on it, and if something was to happen, I can send you another game. Anyways, the game I'll be giving away, this will be the first, well, we've done several giveaways, but this will be the next giveaway I'll do. The X-Men, Uncanny X-Men arcade game. It will come in this box since it sits out, that way it doesn't get all dusty. And I will also be giving Magneto #0. I'll pull that out for you so you can see the cool cover a little bit better. I will be doing comic book giveaways off and on. I do really like my comic books, so it's harder for me to give those away. And the games are really hard to give away. Now, I have read this several times, so it's not in perfect shape. You kind of see some discoloration on the edge. The corners kind of, I mean, you can tell it's a used book. I'm not one of those people that, like I said with my Nintendo games, I use them. I like to read them, and I've read them several times. Just from the art style, I'll show you this. You can tell it's a, 90s style art. Really interesting. There's old Magneto laying in bed naked. Pretty excited to get this out to you guys. Like I said, Magneto #0 with the X-Men, Uncanny X-Men on regular Nintendo. And I'm not for sure when we're going to do this giveaway yet. After this video posts, I'm going to probably give everybody a couple days to invite people. Every time you invite someone that does accept, make sure you do a comment in our feed so I can see that and we can give you more entries into the drawing. The next giveaway we'll be giving is actually a book, a Loot Crate book. I actually got 2 of them because my wife and I we're both doing Loot Crate at one time. Now I have already given away the regrettable superhero ones, so now this is the super villains. It is a funny, interesting book. It's really cool. If you like reading in the toilet, it's perfect bathroom material, or coffee table material. I'll read you a little bit of one of the funnier ones I thought. Let's see if I can find it. It's freaking hilarious. Oh, there we go. The Balloon Maker. Interesting, right? Not really. Let me read you a little bit. Frankenstein's monster, let's call him Frankenstein from here on out, is no stranger to comics. The iconic creature has appeared in dozens of incarnations in as many different titles. However, creator Dick Briefer's Frankenstein, once a creature of menace, enjoyed a second life as a humor character. Frankenstein as a comedian. Tell me how that works. Doesn't make any damn sense to me. Let me skip ahead here. Gallo exclaims, "I wonder, the skin stretching takes the kick. Look, an ordinary pig, yet the skin is stretched out like a rug." Balloon Maker was a freaking weirdo. And there are just super, super weird ones. Some really fun stuff. Dr. Dracula, the death ray will conquer the world. I, Dr. Dracula, will be governor of America. Governor? Why don't you want to be president? That makes no sense. What a jackass. Let's see. See if I can find one more that just the name's hilarious. Daniel pointed it out to me, one of the other members of the Nincompoop Scoop. Where is he at? I can't find it at the moment, so I'll just show you this other funny one here. Hey, see the picture? See all the cockroaches? Well, there's a reason for that. It's because he is the Roach Wrangler. What? What? We leave at midnight. Every roach in the city of Chicago. Okay, bro, take them and get the fuck out. What the hell? Anyways, so the next giveaway is going to be that book and an unopened, sealed, full-blown Game of Thrones Telltale series giveaway. If you like any of the Telltale series, this is an amazing game. On the disc, it is just episodes 1 and 2, but the season pass is in here, so you just enter the code and it'll automatically download all the episodes for you. Freaking amazing game. I love Telltale series. They're fantastic. Some of the best writing. The Telltale Batman, I actually have not had a chance to play yet, but I've heard they really tug on the heartstrings in that one and really mess with you about Alfred and stuff. I don't know how true that is. That could be someone just trolling me. Another giveaway we're going to be doing, and we have 2 different Skylanders. Obviously, they're way ahead of this one. This is one that you would probably just want to get your kids to start out and just play, because the portals in each one are different. If you don't have this old one, to find these specific figures is kind of hard to do. So we'll be giving this away, as well as in this one's Trap Team, which actually is my second favorite, and the other one on the show is my all-time favorite Skylanders. Like I said, it's come a long way because you can build your own character and stuff, but Superchargers was awesome. The car aspect of it, making combos out of specific Supercharger Skylanders, the games, and then it also brought in a multiplayer race and co-op mode, which was awesome. Like I said, we're giving both those away. That is going to be 2 separate drawings. I will also be throwing in either a comic or memorabilia from, something that Loot Crate gives out. I like to pass that or pay that forward because I just want to take care of you guys. I appreciate all of you that have followed and are sticking with us. You guys have been amazing and great. That's all I have for you today. We will be coming back Friday. It's going to be me and Lester and Kayla recapping Walking Dead, everything that's happened on Season 7B so far. We will also be, I believe there's more giveaway stuff that Lester will be bringing in that we're going to show you guys. So, to my favorite nincompoops, I love you. Thanks for following. Y'all, keep following, stick along, continue to be nincompoops, and we'll be there for you.